Long before the kingdoms of men were built with stone and iron, there was Idu, a land ruled by honor and watched by the gods. It was said that the gods themselves placed a golden crown in the palace, a crown that could never rest on the wrong head. It chose its prince, and when the wrong man tried to wear it, it vanished. But destiny always finds its way home. A young boy, Michael, runs barefoot along a red, dusty road. Behind him, a cart burns, and a man, his father, bleeds under the morning sun. "Father," the boy called out, throat stuck with fear and terror. "Michael, listen to me. Run to the palace of Idu. You are not my blood, but your destiny lies there. Go before they return." Before Michael could ask questions, the man's hand fell cold. The wind carried his last breath into the forest. The boy ran, tears cutting through the dust on his face as thunder rumbled though the sky was clear. Even the heavens seemed uneasy. Michael was found by palace guards and taken before King Eka of Idu, a just man with 3 wives and an uneasy heart. The senior wife, Lady Laura, had lost her only son 25 years ago, stolen in the night by faceless men. She took pity on the strange boy and raised him under her care. Michael grew strong. His eyes were sharp as the eagle's, his hands steady as the hunter's bow. He became the royal hunter, protector of the palace, and friend to the king. But among the royal daughters, one heart watched him differently. Princess Adisuwa, the younger daughter of the second wife, humble, gentle, wise beyond her years. She would follow Michael to the forest, laughing, asking to learn the bow, but he always escaped her warmth. He was bound by respect and by something he did not understand. The elder princess, Princess Ivy, was as proud as the midday sun, for she knew that the man who married her would become the crown prince, heir to the throne of Idu. She walked as though the earth should bow to her. Even the servants whispered that her pride could crack mirrors. Yet in secret, she loved a young man from a distant village, a union forbidden by law and tradition. The king declared a wrestling contest to decide who would marry her. The bravest young men came from far and near, their muscles gleaming, their spirits fierce. One after another, the warriors fell, until the son of Chief Ogun, the kingdom's most senior chief, defeated them all. The crowd chanted his name. The king nodded. The wedding was set. The crown that chose the prince would be placed on the young man's head at dawn. But that night, the wind howled strangely around the palace. The royal drums fell silent, and the sacred fire in the courtyard flickered blue, the color of warning. The young man knelt. Priests lifted the golden crown, shimmering, ancient, divine. As it was lowered toward his head, the crown disappeared. Gasp! Chaos! Shouting! Women screamed. The king trembled. The oracle was called. The earth had rejected the false prince. Far away, deep in the forest, Michael felt a strange weight press on his head. When he touched it, his fingers met gold. Michael whispered, "What is this?" He looked closer. It was the royal crown. Fear and confusion filled his heart. He wrapped it in his cloth and ran toward the palace. As Michael entered the courtyard, the crown glowed with golden fire. The oracle stepped forward, his voice trembling with awe. "Oracle, the crown has spoken. The gods have returned the true prince to us. This is the lost son of Idu." Lady Laura fell to her knees, tears flooding her eyes. The king's heart thundered like the drums of war. But before joy could fill the air, the oracle's staff struck the ground. "Oracle, let the truth be revealed and the guilty tongue confess." And there, trembling, the second wife, Lady Amma, began to speak. "Lady Amma, it was I. I feared your first wife would make her son king. I wanted the throne for my daughters. Chief Ogun promised that if we made her son disappear, his child would marry Ivy and rule." The court gasped. The king's eyes burned with sorrow, not anger, for he had trusted them both. "King Ika, the gods have judged. You have stolen blood from my blood and years from my son's life." He banished them both from the kingdom that same day, never to see the land of Idu again. Michael, now revealed as Prince Udu, stood before the people. The oracle raised the crown once more. This time, as it touched his head, it shone brighter than the sun itself. The earth shook gently, and the people bowed. The crown had chosen, not through blood, but through destiny. A hunter who walked with humility, a prince forged in pain and truth. Princess Adesiwa smiled through her tears, for she had loved him not for his name, but for his heart. And when Michael, or Prince Udu, finally turned to her, he said softly, "The gods do not make mistakes. They only wait for the right time to speak." And so the kingdom of Idu rejoiced. The proud were humbled, the humble were lifted, and the truth that hid for 25 years rose like the sun after a storm. They say that even now, when a new king is crowned, the crown still glows faintly, as if the gods remember that one day it chose its prince all by itself. Destiny cannot be buried. The humble heart will always rise where pride falls. For when the gods choose, even the wind obeys.